Hello, Jim Jordan here. Today we're going to talk about building your database through networking events. Now, a networking event might be a Chamber of Commerce meeting, it might be a purpose-built networking event, it might be a Rotary Club meeting, it could be a Kiwanis Club meeting, any opportunity where there's a group of people that gather together and you have the opportunity to network is a networking event. And these events are great ways to build your database and build your email list. Now, there are things that you need to do before, during, and after networking events to make them the most effective for you. So the first thing that you want to do is plan what you're going to do before you go. So the first thing that you need is an elevator speech. And this is a short 15 less than 30 seconds for sure, but preferably around 15 seconds description of what you do. To give you just an example of maybe a basic elevator speech might be, I help people get the most money for their home when they sell and get the most home for their money when they buy, and I help them get the highest return on investment when they invest in real estate. And that could be your elevator speech that describes what you do for your client. Now, make it yours, so don't copy mine. Just use what you would use in order to describe your personal business. And it might be a part of the niche that you're focusing on. So you might have an elevator speech if you're working with move-up buyers. Is I help people that need larger homes get those larger homes quickly and easily and for the best possible price. Something along that line. You can make up your own, but you want to have an elevator speech and you want to rehearse it. Say it to your wife, say it to your significant other, say it to whoever, but practice it. Another agent maybe. And then make sure you have plenty of business cards with you. What I like to do when I go to a networking event is make sure that I have plenty of business cards, and I put them in my pockets so that they're easy to get to, or a shirt pocket or something of that sort. And I set a goal for myself for the event. So it might be, okay, I want to get 5 business cards of other people. So I'll put 5 of my business cards in one pocket, and when I get a business card from someone, I'll put their card in a separate pocket, and that way when I'm out of business cards in my right pocket, for instance, then I have accomplished my goal for the networking meeting and I can move on. I don't even have to stay for the rest of the meeting if I don't want to. So those are some things to do before your networking meeting that will help you get the most out of the event. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what to do during the event. We've talked about after before. Now let's talk about what you do during the event. Now, one of the things that you can do, pretend that you are the host and greet people as they come in. That's a great way to do a networking meeting, is just smile at people, say, hey, welcome to the meeting, and start talking with them. That's a great way to get people before they've gotten engaged with other people in the networking meeting. So pretend you're the host, smile a lot, and greet people as they're coming in. So that's one thing that you can do. Second thing that you could do is look for people that aren't engaged. In any networking people, there are people that are introverts that have trouble mingling, and you'll see them standing around the periphery of the room. So, if this is a networking room, and this is the door to get into the room, you'll find people scattered around the outside usually that aren't engaged with other people. So go over to those people and engage them in conversation. That's a great way to network to people, and they will appreciate the fact that they're not just standing there looking at the room while everybody else is talking and they seem to be left out. So try to engage people that aren't engaged, okay? Another thing that you can do, let's say that right here is the restroom, okay? And if they're serving beverages or this networking event maybe has a bar, then people are going to be drinking. They'll go to the restroom. So they'll break off from who they're talking to. They'll head to the restroom. And so you could position yourself in this general area out here and engage people that are coming out, because now they're not talking to anyone else. And again, you can smile and greet them and engage them there. So that's another strategy that you can use to engage people. Another one is if the bar, let's say the bar is in this corner right here, you could stand here where people are going to be heading to the bar, and so they may break off from their conversations, and you can engage them on their way to the bar. So that's something you can do. Keep in mind, if they're on their way to the bar, you don't want to take much of their time because they're going there for a purpose, and so you don't want to get in their way. Be interested in others. Go there with a desire to learn. Okay, so when you meet someone, pull out one of your cards, hand them your card. Generally, they'll they'll hand you their card. Okay, look at their card, call them by name, and then ask them a question about their business. Oh, I see that you're in the mortgage business, or I see that you are a title company, or whatever. And then start talking to them about their business. People are most interested in themselves and their point of view, not yours. So engage them, start talking to them about themselves, okay? And when you exchange cards, let them know, hey, I'll reach out to you later on when we have more time and maybe we can get better acquainted. Ask them to describe their ideal prospect. For your business, who is your ideal prospect? If you are interested in them and you can help them find their prospect, then they'll be much more likely to help you in your business. So ask them to describe their ideal prospect and ask them, how may I help you in your business? What could I do to help you? Again, don't be so concerned about what you can do, what they can do to help you, but be more concerned about what you can do to help them. Keep your conversation short and then move around the room, move to other people, and let them go so that they can greet other people as well. They're there to network, and you don't want to get in the way of other people's networking. Now, what do you do after the event? What do you do after? Well, the first thing that you do after is you give them a phone call and just say, hey, it was great to meet you at the networking event, and I hope it was a productive event for you. Do you go to these often? Hey, could we meet up for a cup of coffee? Now, you could also text them or email them. It's a little less personal to text or email, but you could certainly text or email them as well and say, hey, it was a pleasure meeting you at the networking meeting. Wondered if we could get together and get better acquainted, see how we might help each other in our businesses. And with that, then try to schedule an appointment maybe for a cup of coffee or something of that sort. Also follow up with a handwritten note. So have note cards, handwrite a note. Thanks for, it was great to meet you at the networking meeting. Hope we can get together and share business, something along that lines. But write a short note to them, put it in the mail and mail it to them. That reinforces the connection. Not very many people from a networking event are going to take the time to write a short note. Now, you can put in your short note, you can also put one of your business cards in there, because sometimes people go to networking meetings and they throw away business cards that they get. And so this will give them another business card in case they threw your original business card away. And hopefully this time they'll keep it. You'll also want to add them to your CRM database, because that's how you're going to follow up with them for future business. So add them to your database, make sure they get put on a drip email campaign or a drip mailing campaign so that they'll hear from you on a regular basis and you can cultivate that relationship. And then finally, make sure that you do try to schedule a meeting where you can get acquainted. Usually a coffee meeting is a good way to do that, so you can meet up at a coffee shop that's convenient for you both. And the nice thing about coffee, it doesn't have to be a real long time commitment. It could be a 30-minute cup of coffee and you're both on your way. And that's much better than a lunch that takes a little bit longer and it is more expensive. So get familiar with where all the coffee shops are located in your community so that you can suggest a location where you might link up. Okay, so to get the most out of networking, you want to plan before you go what you're going to do. Have your business cards ready, practice your elevator speech, and get ready for the meeting. Then during the meeting, pretend you're the host, smile a lot, greet people, reach out to people that aren't engaged and have a good conversation with them. And then make sure that you follow up after with a phone call, email, text, handwritten note, put them in your database, things of that sort. So that's what you do before, during, and after to get the most out of networking events. Thanks for watching our video today, and I hope you have an awesome day.